This was our dream trip. Just me, my boyfriend, and an old van we'd fixed up for the summer. No real plan, just drive, explore, and crash anywhere with a view that made us stop the van. We'd been on the road for weeks by then. One hot afternoon, winding through the hills, we spotted this hand-painted sign nailed to a tree. "Festival tonight, all welcome." It felt like the kind of thing this trip was made for. Spur of the moment, a little weird and totally unplanned. So we followed it. Next thing we know, we end up in this quiet little village. Just a few wooden houses scattered between the trees. There was something about the place, like we'd stumbled onto a secret. We didn't even have to say it, we were staying. We parked the van near the edge of the village and walked in. The place was small and quiet, but it felt kind of perfect. A few locals were already setting up, hanging lanterns, weaving flowers, setting out long tables in the square. Everything looked old, but well kept. Some older women glanced over and smiled. "You're staying for the festival, yes?" Then another. "It's a very special night." They looked genuinely happy to see us. We kept walking, found a tiny shop, grabbed drinks and a couple of snacks. On the way out, we saw this kid getting shoved around by two older boys. My boyfriend stepped in with just a calm, "All right, leave him be." The older ones backed off. The kid stared at us for a second, then ran off behind the shop. We didn't think much of it, just kept exploring while the sun started dipping behind the trees. By the time the sun went down, the whole place had changed. Lanterns lit up the square, and fires were going. Something smelled amazing. Grilled meat, herbs, wood smoke. There was music too, folky and chanty, played on weird old instruments. In the middle of the square, they were building this massive bonfire. Someone said the main ceremony was at midnight. No one explained what it was, just said it was tradition. Everyone was out, dancing, drinking and laughing. The whole village felt alive, like this was their big night of the year. People kept coming up to us, smiling, handing us drinks. At one point, a woman pulled my boyfriend into a circle of dancers. He looked back at me, laughing. Honestly, I hadn't seen him that relaxed in days. Then I noticed the masks. Not everyone had one, but some did. Plain wooden masks with just two empty holes for eyes. Simple, yeah, but under the lanterns they looked strange. I asked one of the older women about it. She said the festival had been going forever. They used to come from all over, she said. I asked who. She just smiled and looked away like she hadn't heard me. Just before the main ceremony, I stepped away for a minute. The air was starting to cool, so I headed back to the van to grab my jumper. On the way back to the square, I passed the little shop from earlier, and someone stepped out from behind it. It was that kid from earlier. He looked nervous, fidgeting. Then he said, really quietly, "You were kind. Please don't let them put the mask on you." I didn't even get a word out. He turned and ran straight into the dark. I just stood there with my jumper in hand and heart thudding. That was the moment the mood shifted, like something deep down suddenly went cold. When I got back, the bonfire was already blazing. Everyone stood in a wide circle around it, swaying slowly and chanting something low, and they were all wearing masks, every single one of them. I scanned the crowd and spotted my boyfriend. He had one on too. He just stood there swaying with them. Then this older man stepped forward. He took off his mask as he walked up to me and held it out. "It's time," he said calmly with a smile. I didn't move, and everything just stopped. Dozens of masks turned to face me. Then my boyfriend stepped forward, took the mask from the old man, and held it out to me. "It's your turn," he said, but it wasn't really his voice. It sounded empty. I stepped a little closer. "Let's just get out of here, babe," I said quietly. He didn't react at all. I reached out, tried to lift the mask off his face, but the second I touched it, His hand shot up and grabbed my wrist. Hard. It hurt. I gasped. He held on for a second too long, then let go. He took a step back, still holding the mask out to me. Then slowly, he tilted his head, watching me through those empty eye holes. It felt like a test, like he was waiting to see what I would do next. And that's when the others started moving again, circling the fire. The chant came back. I didn't wait. I turned and walked, fast, straight back to the van. No one followed, but I could feel them behind me, watching. When I made it to the van, I climbed in, slammed the door shut, and locked it straight away. My heart was racing and my hands were shaking. I sat there for a second, just trying to breathe. Then I shoved the key into the ignition and turned it. Nothing. Tried again, and again. Still nothing, not even a click. Of course, the van had to die now. I checked the windows. No one in sight. Then I opened the door and ran to the front. Both front tires had been slashed. That's when I heard it again. The chanting. It was getting louder and closer. I looked back towards the village. They were coming. Dozens of them, all in masks, moving in this slow, steady way, like some kind of procession. And in the middle, him, still wearing the mask. I stared for a second, completely frozen. I didn't want to leave him. I'll come back. I'll get help. I just have to get out first. Then I ran, back the way we came, through the trees. The chanting faded behind me, but it didn't matter. It was in my head now. I just kept running. Every sound made me jump. Every shadow looked like someone watching. Eventually I hit the tarmac, the main road, but I didn't stop and forced myself to keep moving. I kept looking over my shoulder, convinced they were right behind me. I kept expecting to see someone step out from the trees, but there was nothing, just the sound of my footsteps and my breathing. After what felt like hours, headlights appeared. A lorry slowed down, then stopped beside me. The driver leaned out, looked at me for a second, then gestured for me to climb in. I didn't think twice. By morning, I was in a small town. Shops, people, cars, normal life. I told the police everything, where we'd gone, what I saw, what he said. They searched the area for days, but there was nothing. No van, no people, no village. Locals said there's nothing up there, never has been. To this day, he's still listed as missing. I still don't know what the festival was, or what those masks meant, or what would have happened if I'd put one on. But sometimes, on warm summer nights, when the windows are open, I swear I still hear it. That same low chanting, drifting in on the breeze.